The last class that we have here when it comes to lipids is the sterols. Okay? The sterols. And when we think of sterols, the one that we really think of is cholesterol. Okay? Here's what sterols really look like. Okay, here's the chemical. See, these are a heck of a lot more complex than just a fatty acid chain, than a glycerol backbone and 3 fatty acid chains. Okay, or this. Okay, the fatty acid chains are just hydrocarbon chains, right? Well, here, I mean, all of these here, I mean, there's a hydrogen atom here. Okay, remember 4 bonds. Okay, it's still hydrogen bound to carbon, but now they exist in these complex ring structures. Okay, so these are really a heck of a lot more complex in terms of structure when we compare them to the other ones that we've talked about so far. So just from a sheer structure, chemical structure standpoint, a whole heck of a lot more complexity here. Right. The cholesterol is the most well-known. Okay, the most well-known sterol that we have is cholesterol. All right. It's found in animal foods. You can see rich sources. Again, all of those things come from an animal. So animal sources, animal foods. They are essential to health. Your body can make I'm trying to think. I can't remember the specific, but it's roughly like 2/3 of the cholesterol that's within the body is made within the liver. 1/3 is consumed from food. So 2/3 from the body can make, and 1/3 of the cholesterol comes from your diet. So, I mean, your body can make, and it's called endogenous. Okay, I may throw out that word, endogenous. Endo means within. Okay, I'll spell it here. ENDOGENOUS. And endo means within. Okay, it means within. Okay, so 2/3 of the cholesterol that the body requires is made in-house. Okay, the great thing is our body recycles. Okay, our body does a fantastic job at recycling a lot of stuff, and we reabsorb some of the cholesterol and we pump it back into the liver, the gallbladder, and we can resecrete some cholesterol, and that's going to facilitate absorption. Okay, so the body can do its own, but 1/3 of it has to come from our diet. All right, so those are just some rough estimates. Why is this thing essential to health? Because of this thing right here. Okay, steroid hormones, testosterone, estrogens, progesterones. Those are your steroid hormones. Okay, your major ones. All right, and again, if I don't have enough fat, I'm not consuming a lot of cholesterol, I'm not making the requisite hormones. Okay, which can again affect bone health in women. It can do some other things in a guy as well. Cholesterol gets incorporated into bile, and bile gets reabsorbed in the intestines, the jejunum for the most part, and it gets pumped back into the gallbladder, where I can release that bile again to help facilitate the digestion process within the small intestine. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. It's also a precursor for vitamin D as well. And when we talk about our fat-soluble vitamins, we'll get into that just a smidge more. All right, but for right now, these are why cholesterol is good. Cholesterol is not evil. We need it for a lot of fantastic things. Okay? It's when you consume excess, that's when you get into the bad situations here. What are some other sterols? There are a number of what are just referred to as plant sterols and stanols, and they get their name from the various slightly different structure. Okay, but they're very similar to what we just saw with cholesterol. Okay, and here's your typical structure. Whether you're a sterol, stanol, cholesterol, plant-based, they all have this ring structure. Okay, and then there's some slight variations here. Okay, Certain chain up top here means it's going to be an estrogen. Take a couple of them off, add a kink, and go in a different direction, and it becomes testosterone. So they're all pretty similar in that regard. Okay? But these are going to be found in your plants, grains, fruit. I mean, all these things come from a plant. Why are plant sterols so fantastic compared to sterols coming from an animal source? These things can interfere with that absorption. So if you're consuming plants with your food, okay, with your meals, have a nice salad, or you eat 2 to 3 cups of vegetables with your meals, okay, this helps to interfere with cholesterol absorption, the bad stuff. Let's say you have a big fatty cut of meat. You have a big fatty cut of meat. You got your mashed potatoes, and that's it. If that's it, you're going to absorb all that damn cholesterol. Okay? And you like to eat 10 ounces every night for dinner. That's a whole hell of a lot. But that's you. Okay? If you don't have any vegetables or a nice salad with it, okay, again, plants, right? You're going to absorb all that bad stuff. When you consume vegetables, when you have a salad with your meal, the sterols there are good. It helps to interfere with the absorption of cholesterol. They compete. Okay? They compete. They compete for the same little receptor. That cholesterol molecule is looking for a receptor. Binds to it, bring it into the cell. These guys will bind to it, and it doesn't have the same effect. Okay? Similar doesn't mean the same. Okay? In this case, similar structure, similar shape, docks right into that little receptor. Okay, but the effect it has is not the same effect. Okay? So all that excess cholesterol passes through the bowels and you poop it out. So if you're looking for ways to help lower your cholesterol levels, eating a lot more vegetables with your meals, man, is a huge effective way to help lower your blood cholesterol levels. Adding that 2 to 3 cups with every meal. Holy smokes, that's fantastic. You'll see a huge reduction in just a few months. Easy.